On today's edition, Bishop Joseph Cistone ordains 4 new priests for the Diocese of Saginaw. The Office of Christian Service prepares for its yearly Migrant Ministry, and area high school students are urged to say yes to a week-long service camp.
Hello, I'm Erin Carlson, and I'd like to welcome you to Faith Video, a new and exciting way to share stories happening here in the Diocese of Saginaw. Here you will see, hear, and be inspired by personal stories of faith from right within our local church. We'll keep you informed with news reports and introduce you to leaders across our diocese. You're among the first to experience Faith Video, and our first story brings us here to the Cathedral of Mary of the Assumption in Saginaw.
Priests from across the Diocese of Saginaw process into the cathedral for the ordination of 4 new diocesan priests.
What a great gift this is, a blessing to our diocese, to our people.
It often takes between 8 and 9 years to become a diocesan priest, a long and prayerful journey that these newly ordained say in many ways is just beginning.
You're never done. As they drill into us in seminary, formation is an ongoing, lifelong process. The only difference is when you're ordained, it becomes your responsibility, not the seminary's.
In his homily message, Bishop Cistone encourages each of the new priests to follow in the footsteps of the Good Shepherd.
This cathedral today is filled with all of us who are God's sheep, who are looking for you to tend us as good shepherds.
The deacons showed their humility before God while the assembly called upon the assistance of the saints. With the laying on of hands, the men received the strength of the Holy Spirit, which Father Nate said was an incredible moment.
The highlight for me of the ordination was when all the priests came and laid their hands on our heads. I just really felt the power of the Holy Spirit at that moment.
Following the laying on of hands and the prayer of ordination, the new priests can celebrate the liturgy of the Eucharist for the very first time.
It was very graceful and very peaceful the whole way through. I've really felt ready the whole time.
The graces that have been washing over me since graduation, and especially the last couple of days with family and friends, have just been overwhelming. I'm just so joyful it's finally here.
I feel incredible joy and gratitude, joy that many decades of wanting to follow in this vocation have finally come true, and also in the hopes that I have many decades to serve God and the people of Saginaw.
And the priests will report to their first assignments on July 1st. Each year, the Office for Hispanic Ministry provides outreach to a group of people that spend summer in mid-Michigan. This group comes with few possessions, but great faith.
We've been coming up here for 5 years now, and we work in a grader, and we grade pickle.
Each year, Diamante Arenas travels from Texas with her family to work in Pinconning.
We get up in the morning, shower, change, go to work, and we get out and go to sleep, go to work. Yeah, basically, you get lost. You don't even know what day you're living here.
But when a Catholic priest of the Diocese of Saginaw shows up at the migrant camp, everyone knows it's Sunday.
We offer them, through the sacraments, the grace to live their daily life in the Christian life, in the Christian way, and also to fill their lives, their hearts, their minds with the hope of God who is always with them.
Religious education programs are organized by the Diocese of Saginaw, and each year migrant workers and their children are able to receive the sacraments. Diamante Arenas made her first communion and was confirmed here.
We should all just always be connected with God and always have a connection. At night you can pray to God and you can be connected to Him.
Arenas and others say the generosity of so many local parishioners who donate food and clothing gives them hope.
Nobody likes to come every summer to work. I really want to go into college and start a career because I don't want to be grading pickles all my life.
We come to them and we take care of them, and we as Catholic Church worry about them. We have our concern to let them feel part of our community.
Well, typically summer is the time of year when schools grow quiet, But that will not be the case at All Saints Central High School in Bay City or Nouvelle Catholic Central High School in Saginaw.
Work has already begun at Nouvelle, and along with All Saints, the schools are benefiting from a combined $5.7 million investment. It's part of the Legacy of Faith campaign. The projects were identified and funded by donors in the Saginaw and Bay communities, and the upgrades will provide students a superior environment for learning and faith formation. Some of the money pledged will be used for tuition assistance and school operations. The Office of Catholic Schools will continue to partner with parishes and schools to analyze and identify needs for Catholic schools throughout the diocese.
And work is expected to be complete when the students return to school in the fall. While students looking for work this summer may consider participation in a week-long service camp.
Last year, teens learned about poverty while reaching out to the poor in Saginaw as part of Youth Encounter Service, or YES. This June, they'll spend 5 days of summer vacation sprucing up yards and making minor repairs to 4 homes. One of those days, they will even get some help from Bishop Cistone. In addition to mowing lawns, trimming bushes, and painting, YES participants will spend part of the week volunteering at various outreach organizations. Evening activities include prayer and reflection to help the young people develop a better understanding of their Catholic faith and the social teachings of the Church.
And while youth experience poverty in this community, Bishop Cistone will travel to Africa, where your donations are making a difference. As a member of the Board of Directors for Catholic Relief Services, Bishop Cistone will spend a few days in Ethiopia.
While there, he'll witness firsthand the efforts and programs made possible through Operation Rice Bowl and other funding sources. The bishop has an idea what to expect from media coverage on TV, but knows the impact will change his life.
I remember the comments about the 60 Minutes operation. When they had children, they brought children up in the cameras, and the children couldn't cry. They didn't cry, and they said because they use all of their energy just to breathe. So they didn't have enough energy to whimper or to. When you see that, and then we think of the things that we're going without, or that we had to pay a little extra now for gas so that we can drive and go shopping. It just puts everything in perspective. Only 15% of the population have access to clean water, and only 40% of the population has access to potable water. So just the very basics of life, of water and food, are very difficult for the people of Ethiopia. So I'm looking forward to this has been a major attention for Catholic Relief Services, and I'm really looking for, I think it's going to be a little bit of a life-changing experience for me. You talk about poverty around us and people who are out of work and, don't have enough money for, food and medical attention, and then you go to a country like Ethiopia. I'm sure it's going to be eye-opening for me, and it's going to really touch my soul deeply.
If you talk to about half the people in this area, he was their pediatrician.
If there was anything that you were concerned about, he was concerned about. There was nothing that was too small or too frivolous or anything to worry about. He was very reassuring as a doctor, very thorough as a doctor, very serious.
I can remember him caring for children, seeing him at the hospital, very serious doctor all those years. He retired, and the next time I remember seeing Dr. Don was at All Saints football stadium selling raffle tickets for our car raffle. And I'm thinking, what happened here?
It's always been important that I get to heaven and my wife gets to heaven. In fact, that's the purpose of marriage, is that each brings the other to heaven at some time. But it's also important that your children get there also.
I remember him one time saying, as a father, if you really want to show your kids that you love them, then love their mother. And that was something that I never forgot.
My dad told me that when I was young, and it didn't hit me probably yet, but my wife's set to give birth in a couple months, and and it hits me now.
There was never a doubt how much he and my mother were in love, how committed they were to each other, and that they were going to be together forever.
I think the Catholic family is most important. Catholic school is second most important.
His objective is, he said it many times, especially to me, that I want to make sure that I can do whatever I can for Catholic education. And he has done it and is still doing it.
He said before he retired he never had enough time to get involved with all the charities that he is in now, but after he retired he got so involved that he didn't have time for anything else. But he's just like the Energizer Bunny, he just never quits.
I don't golf, I don't drink, I don't gamble, I don't smoke. What would I do if I wasn't working for Bay Area Catholic schools?
Dr. Campbell is just one of many people here in the Diocese of Saginaw who are living out their faith each and every day. If you know someone we should profile, please send us an email. We hope you've enjoyed this first edition of Faith Video. We look forward to bringing you the stories of the Diocese of Saginaw, and we'd also like to hear from you. Let us know what you'd like to see on the show. We leave you today with an impromptu concert from this year's Bishop's Charity Ball, which has helped to raise more than $1 million for Catholic schools. See you next time on Faith Video.
Blame it all on my roots. I showed up in boots and ruined your black tie affair. The last one to know, the last one to show, I was the last one you thought you'd see there. And I saw the surprise and the fear in his eyes when I took his glass of champagne. I toasted you, said, honey, we may be through, but you'll never hear me complain, 'cause I got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and beer chases my blues away.